What's going on, guys? So today we got a juicy class for you for the hips. We were talking yesterday actually, and we're talking about kicks. So I'm like, okay, let's make a class that's gonna help you improve your kicks in Muay Thai and kickboxing and all of that. Because you were saying you're like when guys are getting tired. What were you saying?
Yeah, like when guys get tired, the height of their kicks tends to
Kind
come
of drop down.
Yeah.
And you know, I went to Muay Thai actually like a couple months ago, and I don't have any experience that much with striking. I did some Kyokushin when I was younger, but don't have that much experience. And I was throwing kicks, and Nate is like, have you done this before?" I'm like, "Not really. I've never really done anything like that." But I was able to throw powerful kicks after, a little bit of instruction because I have worked so much on my hips. So it just makes a big difference. You don't have to be a professional Muay Thai athlete too. If you're just getting started and you want to throw better kicks, obviously it's a good idea to work on your hips, especially in these ranges of motion. So, we made one for you. And by the way, if you don't know me, my name is Ravi. You can find me on Instagram at The Supple Athlete. This is my colleague, my friend, Nate. You can find his Instagram at nat_the_coach. On Instagram, what we do, we specialize in joint-specific strength training. And a byproduct of strength training your joints is going to be an increase in your mobility and movement variability, and it's going to play a huge role in any athletic endeavor that you might have. So check us out. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe because it's going to help us grow our channel to give you more of this stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first exercise we're going to do, this is a hip car, but it's a closed chain hip car. It means that you're not the ground is underneath you, so it's a closed chain environment as opposed to the usual hip car that you do like this, okay? It's mostly with a straight leg. Yeah. So what you're gonna do, this is not a balancing exercise, so hold on to something sturdy. And if you're at home, I would probably tell you to be close to a wall because it will be more sturdy than this. If we're gonna have issues with this, it's okay, I can put the heavy mace, so it's a little bit more stable. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to hold here, okay, and then we're going to pull ourselves down into straight leg hip flexion, okay? You're going to feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. You don't need to have a hyperextended knee. You could have it bent a little bit. And then I externally rotate towards the outside. Once I'm outside, then I pull myself into hip extension. Once you're here, I'm going to internally rotate, so I twist this way, then I go back into hip flexion, but with an internally rotated bias. So it's this rotation, this pelvis kind of moving on a femur, okay? In this straight leg position. We're gonna do 2 reps one direction, 2 reps the other direction, all right? Let's get them. Pull yourself down. Use your hip flexor to pull yourself down. Good. Once you found your end, rotate the pelvis out. There we go. A little bit more, a little bit more. Pause. Now pull back. Go get straight and push this hip into extension. Find your glutes. Nice work. Once you found your glutes, rotate internally.
I need the stable one, actually.
Yeah, you need the stable one?
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
There you go, that's better.
And then go down. So right now you're going into hip flexion with an internally rotated bias. It will feel a little bit different. Then externally rotate here. Full, full, full. And it's okay if you lose balance and you have to momentarily put your leg down, right? And then go up. Pull, pull, and really, really try and think about working with this hip, right? Squeeze. Now rotate internally one more time. Get that pelvis over. Find your end range. Pull yourself into flexion. Use your hip flexors to pull yourself down. Have this leg a little bit up higher. Good. Pause. Rotate out into abduction, external rotation. and then pull. Nice work. Now rotate inside. Let's go down. Go external rotation. Go all the way up. And once we get here, we're going to retrace our steps once we get into extension. Now let's go down with an externally rotated bias now. Now let's internally rotate. And then let's pull our way back up.
Feels better this side.
Now let's externally rotate fully. Pull down. Good. Now internally rotate. Allow the pelvis to really move and rotate on that femur. And let's pop up. Hallelujah. Let's go other side. Down we go. Down we go. Good. Pause. Rotate out. Pelvis moves out. Moves, moves, moves. Find your end. Fight for some more. And then up. So if you're a martial artist, you kick a lot, that sort of stuff, this is going to be a dope way to warm up. Now let's go internal rotation. And let's go internal rotation, down. Into flexion. And you're bringing that hip into flexion with a bias of internal rotation. Let's go deep. Yes. A little bit more. Good. Now let's rotate it externally. More. Yes. More. Yes. Now, go into extension. I got you. Now keep it in extension. Give me a little bit more external rotation. Go into flexion with an externally rotated bias now. Let's go internal rotation.
This is the hard one, the balance.
There you go, you got this. And pop it all the way up. And use that thing that is under your hand as much as you need. It's not important to have phenomenal balance here. It's a hip exercise, not a balancing exercise. And pop it. Have a little bit more of a straight spine. Good. Go down, down. This is the last one. And up. Internally rotate. And up. There we go. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to do a set of axial rotations for 30 seconds a pop, aside. Then I'll have you on the ground. So the axial rotations are this. You're going to step on here. You're going to rotate externally as much as you can. Rotate internally as much as you can. The reason you step on it is because I want this other hip to drop so the pelvis is on a straight line. Okay? Let's get them. Okay, ready? Let's externally rotate. And if you need, use this, right? And then internally rotate. Phenomenal. Let's get them. External and internal. Really focus on only doing it with the hips. Now let's go external and internal. External. Perfect. Let's switch to the other side. Let's go external. Internal. External. And internal. Almost there, 7 seconds. And extra. Great. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to work on some abduction. The way we do that, there's 2 ways to do this. Okay. Number 1, get on the ground. You can be in external rotation in the front hip and work your abduction like this. I like it the other way because when we're doing the passive range liftoffs and stuff like that after, you're going to get in that position anyway because it's going to be harder for most people to just lift up from here and have control. So the other way is this. Okay? Now, here I can push this as far as I need so I can have that nice stretch here. I don't want you to be like this. I want this to be down, right? Toe to the ground, exactly. And then you can alter your position however you want. The back foot, it can be in plantar flexion or it can be here. It doesn't really matter, okay? Whichever you're more comfortable with. Then, and this doesn't have to be straight. It can be like this. If you need support, you can hold blocks underneath. That is totally fine. Or you can do it like this. Sometimes I enjoy doing it like this. So I'm just chilling here. If you can't go all the way on the ground. And then we're going to do a 2-minute passive stretch on the first set only. And then afterwards, we're going to do pails and rails. Pails, right, which is a slow, gradual buildup in this position, is you trying to drive the hip down, right, as if you were just trying to make it straight. So you're loading all the tissues here, okay? And the rails contraction is you lifting up. But if you can lift up just as much as I did, that means you're not at your end range position, and I don't want that. I want the lift to barely happen. I want the ground to act like an imaginary scale, and when I say rails, you're just going to see a decrease on the number on that scale. So I have to go deeper here to really do the rails correctly. But don't go too deep that when I say rails, you don't even feel shit. So find a happy medium in between. Then there's other stuff that I'll take you through and I'll explain after. But just to get started, let's hit that one up. Find your position that you're comfortable with. And you can put a pillow under your knee too, if that's the case. And pull. Remember that inversion that we did the other day? You don't have to, right? But try. You feel the nice stretch? Okay, 2 minutes here. Throughout the 2 minutes, relax your nervous system. 4 seconds in breath, 8 seconds out. If you need a knee pad, let me know. You can put it here. These are the knee pads. You can use pillows, but these are going to make your life easier if you get them. It's called the yoga knee pads online, if you search them. I'll put it here in case you want it. Do you want it? Or are you good? All right. This is pretty thick enough anyway. Pails, like I said, driving down. We're loading everything here. We're loading everything on the underside of this area. Rails is us trying to lift this up higher, okay? We're at a minute, almost, so we have a minute left. Then breathe. A lot of people forget to breathe. A lot of people are tense in that end range position, rightfully so, because your nervous system is like, what the hell is happening? But try to relax That's why I say focus on the breath. 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. This is an important part of the whole thing. Learning the skill to relax in this stretch. That's going to make a difference. So even this breathing thing, a lot of guys, especially me in the beginning, I was like, I just wanted this 2 minutes to be over so I can just get on with my pails and rails. But it is a skill in and of itself to embrace the 2-minute stretch on the first set, especially in an area of your limitation, and learning how to relax there by focusing continuously on your breath. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go 10%. Let's go 20%. Keep this straight. Imagine a kick. Give me 30%. Give me 40%. And in the first set, if this is your first time doing it, you won't be able to even go over 40%. Let's just hold it there. Really focus on the tissues that you're feeling. Now, create tension and switch to rails. Maintain. Maintain. Keep maintaining. Keep maintaining. Relax. And see if you can slide a bit deeper. There we go. And try to relax there. You might be tense. You definitely will be tense. So 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. Think about your thigh. Think about all the muscles there. And just try to relax them. Good. Now press your hands up so you have a little bit more range. Okay, you can hold it a little bit more front. And now, don't get out of here, guys. What I want you to do here, right, is I want you to lift this off the ground until I can swipe a credit card from underneath. And I don't want you to completely spill over to the other side, so maintain the integrity of your structure and then lift this up. If you need to get a little bit more workspace and range, you can put this knee a little bit more under you, right? So it's like this, so you can clear some more room, right? But the goal is not to lift it all the way up to here, just enough to swipe a credit card from underneath, but lean forward a little bit so we're still in that abducted position, okay? So now let's lift. Find your end. So that is still too much. So what I would do, right, so this is, you need a little bit more workspace. So what I would do is that from here, I would go here. See? Perfect. Create tension. This is straight. Spread the earth apart. Lift this up. 1 and down. Okay? Maybe even push it a little bit further back, the whole knee. And then be a little bit more upright straight. You can put 2 blocks under your hand as well, so you can just increase it a little bit so you can actually lift and see what that feels like. Okay? There we go. Create a whole ton of tension. Lift. 1. Okay. Let's go 2. Good. Let's go 3. Drive. Good. Let's go 4. Good. Let's go 5. Good. Let's go 6. Swipe a credit card. Good. Let's go 7. There we go. Let's go 8. Excellent. All right. There we have it. Okay. Now, let's switch to the other side. Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's a nice little surprise. So, it's like, oh, shit. Okay, so let's find the stretch. Whenever you found it, you let me know. Play around. See what position not only you feel the stretch, but you're going to be comfortable there for 2 minutes. You're not going to be comfortable, but you're going to work towards it. Have this a little bit more straight. Yeah. Okay, hold. So there's a big gap here in Nate's passive and active range of motion. You can clearly see on the left side when, you know, we're trying to do the liftoffs, right? We have to significantly get out of this position to be able to lift off enough to swipe that credit card underneath. You know, and as a Muay Thai athlete and practitioner that it is, you're going to need that level of abduction when you're kicking and stuff like that, so you can have more control. Also, you're going to get more power in your hips doing Muay Thai stuff. Afterwards, we're going to work on internal rotation too, because it's going to help with that, you know, whip, like Nate told me it will. And see, right now when I'm looking at here, pretty tense still, okay? So let's breathe in. Just think about breathing, taking all the air in. Pause and relax. Just close your eye, think you're in a spa somewhere. Okay, 20 more seconds. Okay, ready? 10%, let's drive down. Load the inner thigh stuff. Let's go 20%. Let's go 30%. Let's go 40% and hold it. Now let's switch to rails. The ground is getting, the scale is getting lighter. Keep driving. I'm going to count 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Now, find the position that you want to do the liftoffs in. I'll let you decide what position is good for you. Maybe you try one position, it doesn't work, you alter the position, you alter the position, you alter the position until it works, right? And that's totally fine too, what you're doing there, where the one block is on the other side and then the other, so you can lean a little bit, right? Ready? Let's lift. 1, go down. Let's go. 2. Let's go 3. Let's go 4. Good. I know this is one fat credit card, which is my hand. Let's go 5. Good. Let's go 6. Let's go 7. Let's go 8. I believe we did 8 on the other side, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, relax. Let's get out of it. Completely, let's get out of it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Relax into the position.
No. We're completely get out of it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to try, because originally I wanted to try this. I want you to hold it up, externally rotate, internally rotate, but it was difficult for you to lift from that position. So we're going to try to do it here. And it's okay if you do it here. You can do it in the previous position I showed. But if you want to do it here, you can lean towards that side. It's going to give you a little bit more room. And then you're going to lift, externally rotate, internally rotate, go down. We're gonna do that for 6 reps. Then I'm gonna put my hand here and you're gonna do circles around that finger, okay? 15 seconds and 15 seconds, all right? Let's get them. All right, so you're gonna want, the front hip is in an external rotation, which is right. This hip in abduction, okay? Now, have your hands there because that is like a tripod. Good. That's gonna give you a little bit more stability. And you can lean towards that side if you need to. Okay, now, let's lift this guy up. Pause. Rotate externally. More. Good. Now rotate internally. Put it down. That's 1. Okay? Let's go up. Rotate externally. Come on, push. Yes, rotate internally. More. Put it down. That's 2. Let's aim for 5. Lift. Let's rotate into external. Rotate into internal. Good, put it down. Lift. Rotate into external. Rotate into internal. Good, put it down. One more time. Lift. Rotate. More. Drive. Good. And then rotate internal. Let's put it down. Let's breathe for 15 seconds before we do that. And let's do 10 seconds per direction, not 15 seconds. 10 seconds is good. Okay? So at home, just imagine I'm there. And I'm just going to do this. And you're going to go around this in a circular motion. Not with an externally rotated bias or an internally rotated bias, just as is. So, ready? Let's go. A circle around it. 1. Good. And switch directions. Great job. There we go. One more. Excellent. Put it down. At home, if you want to progress, you can go all the way up to 30 seconds per direction, okay? And you can change your position. As you build more capacity here, the deeper range of motion you can go into initially when you're starting this and when you're going into the passive range holds and the liftoffs and the hovers, then you can do it from the base position that we did for abduction, pails, and rails. So that's how you're going to gauge your improvement. Let's switch to the other side. Okay. Lift. External rotation. Internal rotation. Yeah, perfect. And internal rotation. There we go. And then put it down. That's 1. Lift. External. Push. Internal. Good. Put it down. Lift. External. Internal. Put it down. Lift. External. Internal. Put it down. Lift up. Drive. Pause. External rotation. More. Pause. Internal rotation. There we go. Okay. Couple breaths. Now we're going to hit it. Okay. Now, let's switch to that circular motion. 10 seconds per direction. Ready? Mm-hmm. Let's lift and go. There we go. And retrace. Hallelujah. Great. All right. Now, to finish it off, we're going to do some internal rotation drills, which are going to be gnarly. This is not going to be a good base position for everyone, right? However, there is modifications that you can try and do. but we will be doing internal rotation in that 90-90 position. And there's going to be a little bit of a modification. So if you're in the 90-90, this is the 90-90, okay? But I want you to just drive this guy here, right, all the way close to you, because that's going to give you a little bit more stability. Then I kickstand my hand back, okay? As I do that, this butt cheek travels closer to the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground, but as long as you're just putting yourself and feeling that stretch here, great, okay? Now, you can kickstand your hand back way more if you need to, if you're very limited in abduction. But since we worked on abduction a little bit, you will find it easier to actually stay in internal rotation, stay in this 90-90 position. So, give it a try. Afterwards, we will hold that 2-minute stretch here, okay? Going to do a pails and rails. It's going to be higher effort pails and rails. Pails is you trying to drive this down and rotate. Rails is you're trying to lift this off. When you lift this off, a lot of people do this and lift off. We don't want that. Maintain the pelvis's position. Afterwards, we're going to get straight into passive range holds and passive range liftoffs. We're going to burn them out, okay? Then we're going to do the other side. Then we're going to finish off with some cars, okay? Let's hit them. Yeah, well, whichever leg you did right before, do the opposite side. Now let's pull the front leg down here when you're doing that. The next thing you want to look for is that kickstand your hand back a little bit so you can have a little bit of a balance, and then allow this pelvis to drop, see? And then twist your torso. And it's not the end of, yeah, you see that? That's the motherfucker we're after, okay? And it feels weird. It feels like a jointy stretch. We don't want impingement there or pain, but there is a stretch here on this side, okay? Right now, obviously, your nervous system is like, what the hell? So relax it. That's why we hold a 2-minute stretch. 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. It's okay for the butt cheek to not hit the ground, okay? As long as this pelvis is dropping and you're feeling that tissue where you need to feel it, fine by me. And hold it for 2 minutes, okay? That's another 75 seconds here. And guys, it's not set in stone that you need to only do 2 minutes. If you're super tight in internal rotation, like I was, and you have like 0 degrees, and you recently just opened up a little bit and you're able to get in the 90-90, you can spend time in this 90-90 position without even doing any form of pails and rails for 5 minutes a day on top of the other work that you're doing, because that's going to allow you to spend more time in this position and open it up for you, okay? So you can definitely get in this position, find the right stretch, and spend a lot of time here on a daily basis. 25 seconds left. After the 25 seconds is done here, the pails contraction is pushing this whole thing down and then rotating this way. As a result of this rotation, your ankle will drive into the floor. That's the pails. Imagine the floor is a scale. You want to see an increase on the number on that scale gradually for the pails. So the femur is rotating, and as a result, your ankle is driving down. The rails contraction is you trying to rotate the femur this way internally, and as a result, that imaginary scale, the number on it will decrease. You're not going to be able to lift this off, especially if you're at your end range. If you are able to lift it off, you're not at your end range. Get a little bit in deeper. Also, when you do the rails, I don't want to see the pelvis spill forward, then you initiate. This stays here. Maintain the integrity of your structure and only try to move from the femur here. Okay, ready? Give me 10%. Driving down. Give me 20%. Give me 30%. Give me 40%. Now, a lot of people jump into these, go through these numbers quick. 40% shouldn't make you make faces that much, right? So it's gradual build up on the pails. Give me 50%. It's going to take a minute to get there. Give me 60%. Once you reach 60%, create tension everywhere. So you're a statue. If I were to push you in each direction, I wouldn't be able to. Give me 70%. Give me 80%. Drive. Good. And hold. Three, two, one, switch to rails. There we go. That's it. Keep maintaining it. Drive. You might get a cramp too. That's okay. And relax. Good. See if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch, and you will. Cool. Now, from the same position, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just turn towards my front leg. So imagine you want to do a pigeon pose, right? So that turning towards the front leg, what's going to happen is going to allow you to open more space for this hip to move, okay? And what we're going to do here, we're going to do something called a passive range hold for internal rotation. When you're at home, you can grab your own ankle like this and do it. I'm going to do it for Nate here, but you're at home, you can grab a belt, grab an ankle, grab a band, and essentially I'm going to just do one rep to show it. Essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to drive Nate's hip into its passive internal rotation. This is his passive range of motion. Now, I'm going to ask you to hold it up here, and I'm going to remove the passive support. You see? This is his active internal rotation. Now relax. So the goal is, right, if anything is over 10 degrees, we don't normally consider it a 1-to-1 ratio. So the goal is to close the gap between your active and passive range of motion, so it's actually useful range of motion for you. So this is a great drill that allows you to close the gap. So what we're going to do, you're going to pull it up. Once you pull it up, you're not done yet. You're going to create tension throughout the rest of your body, become that statue, initiate internal rotation, and I'm going to remove the passive support for a 5-second count. Relax though, because I want everybody to do it. You're going to hold it for a 5-second count. In this class, we're going to do 8 repetitions of 5-second holds, and it's going to suck, but embrace it. Let's go. Let's go up. Create tension, become a statue, initiate internal rotation, remove the support for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it parachute down. Create tension, become a statue, initiate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it parachute down. That's 2. Create tension, become a statue, lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. There we go. Tension. I'm going to remove the support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. Create tension. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Let's get them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7. Last one. Here we go. Remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8. Keep yourself lean forward. Tall chest a little bit more. Nice. Now, create a ton of tension. Now we're going to just do some active work. Not going to pull you into your passive range. Your job is just to lift this up, find your end, fight for some more. Even if you're lifting off 2 millimeters off the ground, just enough to swipe a credit card, you're doing the work. Let's go. Lift. Find your end, fight for some more. That's 1. Slowly go down. Let's go 2. Good. Let's go 3. Good. Let's go 4. Good. Let's go 5. There we go. Let's go 6. There we go. Let's go 7. There we go. Let's go 8. There we go. Relax. Now this is a bonus one I'm going to give you guys, right? And you don't have to do it because it's just quite challenging, especially after all the work that we've done. But since Nate is a strong dude, we're going to make him do it. So essentially what you're going to do, you're going to lift this off, right? And then you're going to extend, go into abduction. Then you're going to close it, you're going to put it down. That's it, right? So you're going to lift, hinge, and go down, and go down. That's it. So let's go 8 reps of that, then we're going to switch to the opposite side. Same position. No, don't kick the leg back. You're in that internally rotated position. Be tall a little bit. Create tension. Push this a little bit forward. A little bit taller to make it a little bit harder. Tension everywhere. Lift. The whole thing. There we go. And now extend. And then close. And then place it down. That's 1. Okay? Lift. Place it down. That's 2. Lift, extend, down, go down. That's 3. Lift. That's 4. Lift. Five. 6. Lift. 7. Boom. Perfect. Nice. All right. Those sirens are for his hips being on fire right now. All right. Let's get him. This side. Internal rotation, pails and rails, passive range holds, passive range liftoffs, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, so twist a little bit so the trail leg is in front of the camera. Thank you very much. And now let's find the stretch. Hopefully this video is not 58 million minutes long again like the other one, but we'll see. We got carried away a little bit again. Okay, hold the stretch, find the stretch. Yeah, there we go. Again, I'm going to explain pails and rails. After the 2-minute stretch, pails is you driving this down, then rotating, right? So it's press, rotate. It's like a skewer. As a result of that external rotation, the ankle is driving down. So the goal is not to just drive the ankle down. The intent is to rotate the femur externally for the pails. For the rails, exact opposite. So you're trying to rotate it this way now. As a result of that, this would want to lift, but since you're at your end range, it's not gonna. You're just only gonna get a nasty sensation here. Good nasty, not bad nasty. And you might get a cramp, and that's not the end of the world. If you get a cramp, decrease the amount of intensity that you give it, shake it off a little bit, continue again. Next time you're not gonna get a cramp. I think this is probably around 40 minutes so far. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. Guys, it just takes time to train your joints, man. It takes time, you know? I wish I could condense something for 2 minutes a day. I would prefer to be able to just do something for 2 minutes a day and get results. Trust me, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. 20 more seconds. Relax. relax. Yeah, you're relaxing way better here than you would on that abducted position. That was like your thighs were tense. So I'm like, calm the fuck down, calm your nervous system down, and then do it. Okay, let's go. 10%, drive down. 20%. 30%. 40. See if this, don't let this lift. 50. Yeah. 60. 70. 80. Good. Hold. Give me rails. So see? Yes, maintain that where it is, then give me the rails. There you go. And you might connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. It's fine. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. All righty. Now turn towards the front so you can create some space here. Right? A little bit more so to twist the pelvis. There we go. So you can feel the stretch in this glute kind of as well.
Okay.
Right? But having more upright posture, good. Now, we're going to lift into passive range, create tension, become a statue. I'm going to remove the support. That's your active range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Parachute down. Create tension. I'm going to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. Good. Let's move it into active range of motion. Create tension. I'm going to remove the passive support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a good one. Relax. It's important to relax between each rep. Create tension. Remove the passive support. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's your 4th rep. Create tension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your 5th rep. Good. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your 7th rep. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 8. Now, let's go liftoffs. Find your end, fight for some more. Nope.
Oh, no.
That's
Oh,
the,
yeah.
yeah.
That's next.
That's next. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Let's go.
This is good.
1. I know you're very, very eager to do the other one. 2. Let's go 3. Let's go 4. Let's go 5. Let's go 6. Find your end, fight for some more. Let's go 7. Let's go 8. Good. Now let's lift. Yes. Extend. 1 and back and down. It's called the little hover with a hinge. Lift. Extend. Yes. And back. 2. Lift. Fully extend. Nice. And back. That's 3. Extend and back. 4. 5. 3 more. 6. Lift. 7. 1 more. 8. Phenomenal. Very, very good. All right. There we have it. That is the hip class that we decided to do for you today. We're talking about kicks, right? And I'm like, okay, let's just make something that's going to improve that. And a good way to like kind of gauge this is for you guys that do kickboxing or Muay Thai or do any striking. Do a kick in the beginning of class and see how you feel, like a low kick or a high kick. Do a kick at the end of class and see how you feel. And if you notice any difference, drop a comment for us to know. Like always, I hope you enjoyed this class half as much. Nate enjoyed it. And till next time, stay supple.